Namaste. Welcome to my channel, Chanakya. I am Dr. Shashirekha, Professor retired from Sanskrit Department, Usmania University, Hyderabad. I wanted to share some of the things which I came to know during my study for MPhil and PhD. Now, నమస్తేనండి చెప్పండి. అడ్మిట్ చేయాలా? ఓకేనండి. నాకు ఇది ఏదో కొత్తగా పెట్టారు. యా 2 people వెయిట్. ఎస్ యా ఐ విల్ డూ దట్. ఓకే. సరే, జాయిన్ అయ్యారండి? హలో అండి.
నమస్తే మేడం.
నమస్తే. నేను ఒక ప్రయోగం మొదలు పెట్టాను.
మంచిది మేడం.
అంటే ఊరికేనే ఇలా ఎన్నాళ్ళు ఇలా నో వెయిటింగ్ అని చెప్పేసి స్టార్ట్ చేశాను అనమాట.
ఓకే
నమస్తే మేడం.
నమస్తే చారి గారా.
నమస్తే. అవునండి.
సో థ్యాంక్ యూ. అచ్చా, మీరు కూడా అడ్మిట్ అయినట్టేనా? ఓకే, మీది నేను అదే గెస్ట్ కొట్టాను. ఓకే, సంతోషం అండి. నేను ఆల్రెడీ అఫ్ కోర్స్ రికార్డింగ్ లో వెళ్ళిపోతుంది, ఇది పర్వాలేదు. ఐ హావ్ డిసైడెడ్, ఇప్పుడే నన్ను నేను ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ చేసుకున్నాను. ప్రొఫెసర్ శశిరేఖ, రిటైర్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ సంస్కృత్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్, ఉస్మానియా యూనివర్సిటీ అని. దిస్ ఛానల్ కి ప్లేలిస్ట్ పేరు ఏమిటంటే చాణక్య అని పెట్టాను. Just I wanted to do it in English only because it will reach a larger sections in the society. Actually, Chanakya name, where does it occur? This is also matter of our consideration. Kautilya, we know, very familiar. Vishnugupta, not familiar that much. Chanakya, actually, the name is very popular because of Chanakya Niti. In fact, Chanakya Niti, it is attributed to Chanakya, but whatever Chanakya Niti sutras are found in that book, a small book is printed by Samskrita Bhasha Prachar Samiti also. They are not found in Kautilya's Arthasastra. So probably somebody might have written it and also attributed to Chanakya. Whatever it is, okay. Chanakya's actually sutras, if we take from the text, it will be really a beautiful book which is to be done by me or by you. That is a future, of course, of action. Now, actually, when I was studying for my MPhil, I asked my professor to give some topic from Kautilya's Arthashastra. In the beginning, he said, it may not be possible to you to go with the work because Arthashastra is purely technical, etc., etc. Then I said, sir, because you are there, that is Pillala Sri Ramachandra Garu. I joined. Okay. So, Pillala Ramachandra Garu, I requested him, sir, you are there, so therefore please give me some topic. Actually, here the matter really, the credit goes to my brother, who was by that time already engineer in Singareni Collieries, and he did his MTech from IIT Kharagpur. He only, at that time I was not well acquainted with any this Western literature or any Arthashastra, anything. I am like, a lady from a village. My brother only insisted me to take that something from Arthasastra, Kautilya's Arthasastra. The same thing he has written on a paper, some unexplored elements from Arthashastra, something he has written. The same thing I have shown to sir, and I requested him. Then he said, okay, you do that. You do offences and punishments in Kautilya's Arthashastra. This is the topic suggested by sir. I have taken it and I purchased Kautilya's Arthashastra with Hindi translation, English translation, everything. I started studying, but as you have seen, you came to know the technicality of the subject. I repeatedly I used to bother Ramchandra Garu for all the meanings. It means to say that, in fact, I should of course pay tributes to my formal supervisor, Professor P.G. Lale. Uh, but actually, he permitted me to go to Ramchandra sir for all the clarifications. So that way I used to visit sir weekly twice in the department. That time I was working in Koti Women's College. So I used to go to department with the permission of my senior weekly twice. And that is for that research work. That way I had completed MPhil within 2 years, the stipulated time. But what I have done is offences punishments actually, as I have been mentioning many times, the particular law topics exclusively dealt with in two chapters, the civil law in Dharmasthiyam of third adhikarana of Arthashastra and criminal procedure in Kantakashodhanam, that is fourth adhikarana of Arthashastra. Okay, this is clear. But when you also now got the experience, when I am going through the work from the beginning, everywhere I came across offences and punishments, offences and punishment. That way, in fact, throughout Kautilya's Arthashastra, A to Z, everywhere, every topic, there is a mention of some uh, disobeying law. Once the law is disobeyed, then there is a punishment. So, like this, throughout it went on that way, really, offenses, punishments, I could procure so much of material that is pertaining to administrative field, labors, family life, what not. So, this way, I could get lot of information. That time only, actually, I'm not really law student. I wanted to compare with lawyers. Here are there some topics, but really nobody was available. Well, still, I have taken that, criminal procedure. I have taken here and there to refer. But most of the places, if we see, really, there is really not a totally dissimilarity, but there is also similarity. And when simply I asked, just this is on everything. This episode is the introduction part. When there is a mention in Arthashastra, what are the punishments for spoiling the roads, throwing the dust, etc. When I refer to that, my neighboring person was an advocate. I asked him, sir, are there any punishments like this? Kautilya's Arthashastra lays punishments for, because we see in Hyderabad, not only Hyderabad, any town, any village, people simply throw the water, used water or something on the roads. Anywhere, even in villages. So simply, and now also, in front of shops, they clean the shop and they simply pour the dust, pour the water on the roads. I asked. Then he said, Madam, as such, this is not mentioned, but all this comes under nuisance, he says. I do not know because here you people are well acquainted with law. That work is to be done. So, like this, so many are there. For example, 1 minute, one more waiting room, waiting room. So that way, yeah, okay, welcome to. So that way, when really I saw it, so many things. Really, like, cutting people could like just when they walk in the parks or anything, they simply cut the sprouts, pluck the flowers, etc. So wherever they go, even in our courtyard, if we plant a tulsi plant, the leaves are plucked by someone. What is this? Then really I realized, and I started consulting many people in many assemblies also. I spoke about it. Really, I do not know, because this law might be there, but it is not strictly implemented till today. That is a known fact. Okay, this is done. My work is done, and I have published that my thesis, Offences and Punishments in Kautilya's Arthasastra, that is long ago in 2000 only. With the name, I have changed its name, and I put it 1999. I forgot actually the year. So this is uh, with the title Kautilyan Penal Code. This will come as a thumbnail for our lectures. Kautilyan Penal Code, and that fortunately AP court that time composed Andhra Pradesh. So the retired Chief Justice Sri Alladi Kuppuswamy Garu has really blessed me with his forward to my book. That also because of the influence of my guru Ramachandra Garu. I was associated with Surabharati, and sir said, you go and ask Alladi Kuppuswamy Garu, he likes it, he will do it. So with the blessings of Guru, then with the blessings, I approached Kuppuswamy Garu happily. And I'll tell you one thing. That time my English was, you can imagine, English of a girl who studied in Telugu medium throughout, then a little bit of English medium, not under Guru, but only self-study. So this way that this was written in that type of language. Okay. Still they blessed me. That is a blessing of Goddess Saraswati. Okay. Now coming to the Prastuta Manasarama. This book, how really this book really communicates means actually, first of all, I wanted to give introduction. I thought nobody will join, therefore I go on speaking to myself. But when I received such a good response, I would like to mention Chanakya title I gave. Who is Chanakya? Where Chanakya mentioned. And my book name is Kautilyan Penal Code. Who is Kautilya? So a little bit of just, matter of 5 minutes introduction. I'll do it. Actually, um, these books means there are not many available. Only few copies are available. I wanted to reprint it because I wanted to reform the language a little. But that takes time. Now, actually, here, uh, just few passages I'll read. This is Kautilya, the author of Arthasastra, is a renowned scholar, statesman, and has an important place in Sanskrit literature. He was a Brahmana named Vishnugupta. Okay. According to chronicles, he was a contemporary of Aristotle and a practical statesman. And so many. According to how he has become Kautilya, this is in the authoritative judgment of Ganapati Shastri, the author of Arthasastra was named as Kautilya because he was of Kutila Gotra, and since he was born to Chanaka, he was called Chanakya. These two are there. So that Kautilya, the lot of discussion is not Kutila Gotra, Kautilya, it has come because of the Adhita rules, and also Chanaka, born in that is Chanaka, the name they say, that is the reason he is called Chanakya. And now, actually, further, I can give the material to you later on. And then what they say, Kautilya in his work, he mentions only two names. Chanakya he won't mention. Everywhere you have seen it, everywhere Iti Kautilya he has mentioned throughout his work. At the end, Swayameva Vishnugupta Chakara Sutram Cha Bhashyam Cha. At the end, he has mentioned Vishnugupta, his name. But Chanakya name comes like Panchatantra, etc. It comes and also Chanakyadini, Arthasastrani, etc. It comes in Bana, in earlier works. So that way, the historical means actually here literary evidences, not the inscriptional evidences. Literary evidences, they state that the, the statesman, the advisor of Chandragupta, is known by three names. One is Kautilya, and other is Vishnugupta, and other is Chanakya. So, because we are studying Kautilya Arthashastra, so I wanted to give this uh, topic, this title to this topic as Chanakya. That is my purpose of giving the name. Now, how really I have just, what type of offenses and punishments are there? If we look at it, only I'll just, if see the chapterization, you will understand really how many types of offenses and punishments are there as a beginning to this, our lecture series. Here, my work is divided into uh, one introduction, leaving introduction aside, 1, 2, 3, 4 chapters that I'll just tell. I have been telling and you have been witnessing this also. The offenses and punishments concerning state administration. And we have seen in first Adhikarana, now we stepped into second Adhikarana, we already coming across the offenses regarding the officers, the employees, etc. in Sanidhata and also in Samaharta, we entered into Samaharta. That is offenses. And then the offenses and punishments concerning social life. This is, those days, the classification of the subject is made by me only. It is not at all Atishayukti. So my professors have accepted it. This is actually social life means everything comes into this. That means what? Totally family life and other things, because offenses, punishments, only civil, at some civil matters, etc. come. That is civil, criminal, both concerning. Where criminal offenses take place, where civil offenses take place, they are not really simply based on dharmasthya and kantakshodhana because they occur everywhere. Therefore, they are included in chapters only. They come under the chapters. And the social life in this, everything, family life, divorce, etc., everything is there in social life, and also not disturbing the neighbors, how it should be. And then another thing is offenses and punishments concerning traders. Traders also, we have been just started dealing with that. And traders, it is now next comes, we talked about Sanidhata, and also we talked about like counterfeit coins, etc. and Samahartha, the collector also, how he has to do, that we are going to study. But Sannidhata we have seen for bringing all fake goods, fraudulent goods, etc., punishable. So that is the reason the business, whatever lie is there, it is taken into separate chapter, traders. Now miscellaneous. Miscellaneous in this comes because I have not included gambling, prostitution, etc. in those chapters because, actually Ganika Jhaksha also will be there. But what I felt is gambling people, modern people, modern society, they feel that gambling is to be banned or like prostitution, etc. They are the bad things in the society. They think that is the reason they are dealt with separately in a chapter calling miscellaneous. So this way it is categorized. Now I felt, why should not we? Exactly not based on my text or anything, but why should not we deal? We explain, particularly now, see the selection of the employees are, we can see like um, appointment of officers, allocation of the funds everywhere, everything. We means now the society is under utter confusion. What is good, what is not, nobody knows. And actually here, the law system, first we should talk about the court I mean, judgment style also, they are there. So much of delay, how the this judgments take years together, I do not know. Whether they are civil or criminal, why should any case take so much long period means here Ramachandra Garu, when somebody asked, when we were talking, like, no, then somebody asked, why you have taken this Kautilyan law? Then immediately sir was sitting there. He said, law ఒక్కెంతయు లేదు. In Telugu, he said, law ఒక్కెంతయు means that law ఒక్కెంతయు లేదు is the Padyam written by Potana in Bhagavatam, Gajendra Moksha. Lavokkintayu ledu dhairyamu vilolambaye, etc. Here, la, he has mentioned with Shlesha. Lavu is strength in Telugu. La okkintayu ledu, there is no la at all. This is the statement that sir, translation of sir's statement. So this way, that is the reason she has taken. So why any judgment, any case takes for the so much long time for the disposal? First of all, according to all the ancient kings, you see, and administrators, you see, the cases, the dispute should be disposed of within no time. There should not be delay. Now we are seeing people will die centuries together, the cases are impending. That should not occur. Why it is occurring? Why really judges? There are hundreds of seminars, thousands of seminars, lawyers, very expert lawyers. The same case, the criminal who is proved guilt by one lawyer will be proved non-guilt by another lawyer. That means here everything is going according to the will and skill of the lawyers. This is the tragedy because a lawyer says that I'll do justice, whoever approaches me is not bothered about, and now the terminology is law is different, constitution is different, morality is different. They go on telling cock and bull stories. But simply one thing is very clear that nobody bothers to do real justice. They say he will do justice to the criminal who commits murder also. And also civil disputes, మనకు తెలుగులో చెప్తారు ముంజేతి కంకణానికి అద్దం ఎందుకు. When the case is very clear, actually when there is eyewitness, Pratyaksha Pramana, they need not bother. Now to prove Pratyaksha Pramana, they go for Anumana Pramana, they go for Upamana Pramana, etc., etc. By looking all this, when red-handed they say, when red-handed they are caught, if there is any really false suspicion or anything, then of course you can do just it. I don't mind. But simply why you do all this? This is the problematic thing. That is the reason I wanted to bring out the ancient law, which really focuses a minute, even a minute offense. Minor, not only minor, anu parimana. Very small offense also, all, because here the difference you people know. Mistake is different. Mistake is manam Telugulo porapatu. Mistake is not knowing the consequences. Something is done, it is by mistake. We say, sorry, by mistake. Once we try phone and instead of one person, it goes to second person. As now you have seen, like, is admit or not admit here also. Because these are mistakes. These are not offenses. But deliberately, knowingly doing something wrong and harming others is offense. Aparadha. Pramada is there. I have told pramada is due to negligence. That is negligence. And pramada karanas also are there because of intoxication or something. Okay. So, but aparadha is really knowing its consequence. Aparadha is done. So, therefore, aparadha and danda, Kautilya simply says, yathaparadha dandaha. Always, I wanted to this take the balanced photo also for thumbnail, that the punishment should be in accordance with the offense. Everywhere, the translation by Kane, it gives in accordance with the offense, in accordance with the offense. Whatever punishment, whatever fine is imposed, that should be in accordance with the offense, and no offender should be let free. Whatever is there, there is a fine of ardhapana also, 1/4 pana also, like that. Sapada panaha, they say. So 1/4 is also there. Whatever is there, take 10 rupees jarmana, 5 rupees jarmana, 100. Now challenge they do, isn't it? The drunk driver or anything that is overcoming the rules. It is called atichara dandaha, they say. Atichara is overcoming the rules. Aticharanam. Abhicharanam is going sideways. Aticharanam is crossing the limits. That is called atichara danda, also a topic in Arthasastra. That again we study in judicial, totally there. But here is, like a very simplified method. I wanted to tell this because that is, we study the text also there. Here we are not going to read the text. Simply we take various offenses and then we just deal with that. If the person does, because nowadays the younger generation, they have no patience to read the Sanskrit text. Therefore, I have chosen this media, like, simply we take the offenses punishments concerning administration, state administration. So, state administration, what are the offenses and what are the punishments? First, we talk that. Then, next, of course, then we go to other things. And most of the criminal cases come, that is, uh, particularly torturing, that they say. That is kleshaha, vadaha, etc. Arthaharanam, like, dacoity, robbery. The wonderful terminology. Actually, I am not that proficient with English, but because of Kautilya's Arthasastra and because of translation by Kangle and Shama Shastri Garu, we could get a beautiful technical words for that, because robbery is stayam. It is different. Stayam is different. Stayam is, there is a definition actually, because today it is the introductory part. I am taking here and there sample pieces, chai biscuit, people say. So, stayum is, they say, the definition, I take out the definition, though I don't read this text totally, but all Sanskrit footnotes is ready. So Sanskrit shlokas will be provided where there is a punishment. Reading text is different, but that offense punishment, it will be presented in this media with the Sanskrit quotations. So staying actually, they say, in the absence of the owner, that means when the door is locked or something, they have gone for on pilgrimage or to attend a marriage. When that robbery takes place, it is called steya. But that means not only door locked. We are sitting somewhere, and the bedroom we have opened, and some work lady, workman, they are doing the work. Something is lost. So probably they might have taken. So that is called steya. That means not exactly in the presence of the owner. Dacoity, as you know, బందిపోటు దొంగలు అంటాం మనము. What they do, in the presence of the owner, they snatch, they take away the goods by injuring them. బందిపోట్లు అంటే ఎందుకు భయపడతారు? మీ మీకు మీలో కూడా ఉన్నారు కదా సీనియర్స్ నాలాగా. మా ఊర్లలో పిండారీలు అనేవాళ్ళు వచ్చేవాళ్ళు. ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చేవాళ్ళు తెలియదు. సో దీస్ పిండారీస్, వాట్ దే యూస్ టు డూ, దే యూస్ టు ప్రొక్లైమ్, we పిండారీస్ have come to your village. They used to announce it. So immediately all the villagers, I was like, 8, 9 years old only. Immediately they used to come and advise, the well-wishers come and advise, don't wear, because in villages, even my mother, etc., they used to wear 10 tolas very easily. A big, there's a 3 rows, what we say, chain of at least minimum of 7 to 10 tulas. They used to wear in their neck, and of course Mangal Sutras, and then studs, ear studs, and also bangles, golden bangle. Therefore, the well-wishers used to come and tell, please remove all your ornaments, don't put anything, very put simple ones, because they come and they take away by, like, threatening and injuring them. So these Pindaris, thugs also, that it is studied, they come and do it. Nowadays, of course, no need of Pindaris. Here in the society, there are Pindaris, there are thugs, there are not Ravanas, Rakshasas, everyone here only Janasthana. This is not Jana Pradesh, but it is Janasthana like Ramayana. So this way it is going on. That is the reason there is really the classification, what is Usteya, what is there's a what we say, the criminal offense. So steya is different. That is sahasam, they say. Sahasam means in the presence of the owner only they do it. That is the reason sahasa punishment, sahasa danda, they said. So beautiful that all the definitions we come across during our discussion, during our interaction. So this way, really, I wanted to, because even Raja also, if he is not noble, simply Raja's punishment is overthrowing only. No question of allowing him to continue. No, once Raja commits anything, then simply overthrown. This is dethroned. This is seen in the case of Maurya, that is Nanda dynasty, and also Mruchakatika is a Nataka. In that also, actually, he has, he raised a Viplava and dethroned the king, and a shepherd, Golavad, he has become king. So all this is there. That means in ancient India, there was no, actually people think that only Kshatriyas were given kingdom. No, as you know, There were Brahmana rulers, there were Kshatriya rulers, there were other than Maurya, Chandragupta himself is known as a Shudra. So there is no such a qualification that only Brahmanas or Kshatriyas should are eligible for the kingship, etc. Such things are not there. So I hope with our this conversation, with this discussion, at least some things may come into light that people, at least if they, of course, they see these episodes, etc., they will know that how the present system is getting deteriorated day by day, how it is facing downfall, not the political leaders, and particularly the language, the unparliamentary language. The other day also in my Alankara Shastra day, this I told, why we should read Alankara Shastras means to know what is parliamentary language, what is unparliamentary language. And another thing, now Kautilya, you will wonder, Kautilya's punishments is Vakparusham. Now all the modern political leaders are liable for punishment. It is Vakparusham. I simply telling, I think like now, now 11:36. By just telling one or two examples, we can have some interaction. See, calling, Kautilya says, we come to that social offenses I told, calling a blind person blind is punishable. Calling a non-blind person is blind. మనం చాలా సింపుల్ గా అనేస్తాం, ఎరా గుడ్డోడివా, కళ్ళు కనపడతలేవా, కుంటోడివా. All these words are punishable. We are even husband addressing wife like నగ్నే వినగ్నే ఎట్సెట్రా, సిగ్గులేదు ఎట్సెట్రా అని మాట్లాడతారు కదా. For all such words also there are punishments. And another thing, Kautilya clearly states that any human being touching another human being under the navel is punishable. What jokes you do, kicking, etc., etc. No, because very dangerous, sensitive organs. You won't say all this. It is understood. So like this, throwing, this holy, what holy they play, actually playing ashes, etc., on the body, mud, anything is punishable. Now these Rakshasananda, they apply mud, they apply water, cow dung, etc., etc. So, all these are to be banned from the society. Once a common man knows what is right, what is wrong, and what is his right, why is now problem is simply because actually IAS officers are well acquainted with the law of ancient India and modern India, I am sure, because there will be a subject about ancient administration. Now, actually, even in law, I told once, Mitakshara is source of modern Hindu law is there. So, ancient law is also one part, one topic in law course. Similarly, IAS officers, IPS officers are acquainted with law. Deliberately because they are becoming purohitas to the rulers. Devudu varam ichina pujari varam iyadani, because they are becoming totally purohitas. Purohita, how it should be, we have studied in Arthasastra. But these purohitas are not Purasya Hita, etc. They are the worshippers of the politicians, whoever. అదేమిటి కనకపు సింహాసనమున శునకమును కూర్చుండబెట్టి వీళ్ళు ఎలాంటి నీచులు అవుతున్నారంటే, ఆ సింహాసనం మీద గాడిద కూర్చున్నా పూజిస్తారు, కుక్క కూర్చున్నా పూజిస్తారు. ఆ కుక్క బిస్కెట్లు ఆ కుక్క తినే బిస్కెట్లు, ఎంగిలి బిస్కెట్లు కూడా తింటారు. అంటే సర్టెన్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్, దట్ ఐ ఆమ్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ డిజానెస్ట్ ఐఏఎస్ ఆఫీసర్స్, dishonest all officers, dishonest politicians, I am telling. Because ఇది గుమ్మడికాయలు దొంగ అంటే భుజాలు తడుముకున్నట్టు, those who are wicked persons, they may get, enraged. But actually, it is fact they are doing. Otherwise, they know ancient law, modern law, everything very properly. Knowingly, they are not doing, but they are enjoying its fruits in this birth only. Nowadays, the slogan has come, karma returns in YouTube's also. So, like that, that is the reason common man also should know what is right, wrong, what is right. If really knows it, that is the reason I wanted to spread this light in the society. Let the people know. Really, no, punishment mean if these unions, without going for corruption, if the union of employees, union of the laborers, union of people, they sanghas, if they are really very strong, and particularly the lawyers, not believing in money, but believing in the God, supreme power, if they try to do justice, then only the society, the social welfare. Actually, a seminar was held long ago in Pune. Its title is Kautilya's Arthasastra, Social Welfare. So all the social welfare schemes nowadays, what they talk, all the social welfare schemes, but remember, no. Uchita means, first of all, these people should know the meaning of Uchita. Uchita is proper, not free. Wrong translation. I do not know who has translated it. I condemn it. Uchita means not free. Uchita is proper. Uchita vyakyalu. Free vyakyal kavavi. Proper words. Proper comments. Anuchita vyakyalu, improper comments. So here they understand proper, improper. But uchita pathakalu emitavi? Sanchema pathakalu. Sanchema pathaka also. Yoga kshema mahamyam. Yoga and kshema mentioned by Kautilya also. So that means provide livelihood, give loans for minimum interest or without interest. This way you give the support, you give the chayuta, you give the asara, but don't make them lazy persons. You provide 2,000 pension to a old and aged person. You ask them to fold the clothes at least. Because we are paying to the servants' maid for folding the clothes, for setting these, what we say, utensils in the cupboards. So provide such things. And also these vatti, for diya, provide that to them. They can do very soft, very delicate professions to them. Each old man and lady, they are capable of doing the things by sitting in one place. Why don't you provide them? They can clean some of the things. They can separate. So this is called sanshema. Now, because by sitting idle also, they become so much bored and they feel themselves, their life itself is a burdensome for them. So with this brief introduction, I am very thankful to you scholars have joined this conversation, and I would like to share your views in this. So, welcome to